Hey everyone, I am doing my final thoughts slash reflection video on the primary source paper. My paper is called America's Longest Losing War. Yeah! Oh, backwards. Sorry, first video. It's about a speech Richard Nixon gave on June 17th, 1971, where he declared war on drugs in America and internationally, which is interesting, but more specifically, America. Total, it was about 11 pages, but there's a cover page and a works cited page, so it's only 9 pages. And it's not even 9 pages, it's like 8 3/4 or a half. So, 8 3/4 or a half. Whatever though. How the writing process was. Writing process for me was really easy. I'm pretty lucky when it comes to writing. Stuff just kind of comes to me and how to word and structure an essay and format everything. So that was a breeze, no problem. Development of supporting points and minor thesis. This was pretty basic for me as well. My assignment, my primary source is pretty self-explanatory, and there were a lot of things that were questionable. What was the hardest for me in this entire process was, not the entire process, but the supporting points and minor thesis process, was figuring out what is going to help me disprove him and his speech, because there were so many things that I could have argued, but I had to find the ones that I thought were the strongest. So that's that. Development of historical question. My historical question was pretty basic. Was his speech effective on the war on drugs? What did he want to achieve through it? And I said that he wasn't effective. So, and realistically, I don't think he was, because it's 40 years later and we're still fighting this crazy war on drugs. Hardships in the research process. In the initial stages of finding a primary source, that was really hard because I initially wanted to do it on the Holocaust, and then I looked and it said American history. World War II is a part of American history, but I was focused more on Nazi Germany than America, and that was going to be hard to incorporate everything. Mrs. Guardino, sorry if I butchered that. That sounds Italian though. I'm half Italian. If you are, party. If not, that's cool too. She really helped me out, so thank you for that. And we got this primary source. What I have learned, I've actually learned a lot, not only in this paper but throughout the course. I would have had no clue what a primary and secondary source were if it wasn't for this course. I learned how to analyze both of them. And let's see, what else did I learn? I learned how to read different arguments and how to interpret history. And that history is an interpretation. It's not, unless you were there, it's not really exactly what happened. It's all interpretations, and that's really interesting to me. Do I love or I hate my source? I actually really like it. I thought it was a very profound speech and really moving because he reached out to so many people, and drugs were something that affect everyone, have the potential to affect everyone. So whether you're directly affected by it or you know someone who knows someone, that you're still affiliated with it somehow. Skills learned, like I said, how to annotate a primary source, how to read a primary source, find out what a primary source is. That's something I learned, and I think that's huge for me because I would have had no clue if someone said, take this primary source and find 3 secondary sources that support it. I would have been lost and confused. I felt good about everything going into the paper. I wasn't freaked out, no anxiety this time, so I'm lucky for that. But all in all, I thought it was a fairly easy process. I thought I had really solid arguments and questions, and my thesis was really refined, and thanks again, Mrs. G, for helping me with that. And that's really about it. I felt good. I thought this class was amazing, and good luck to everyone.